Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports. Scotland getting their Six Nations campaign off to a bonus point victory, beating Italy 31 points to 19. Almost made hard work of it to Scotland, who started off really, really well. Then allowed Italy to come back to level things after a bit of a gift from Finn Russell. And then when they needed it the most, a couple of really nice moments, incredible, a couple of tries from Hugh Jones as well. Getting them over the line, getting them that bonus point, and their quest for a Six Nations title is off to a shaky but a decent start in terms of a bit of a shaky performance at times, but the result is exactly what they needed. They needed to get off to a bonus point win, and they've done that. So, a job done as far as they are concerned. They would have liked to have been probably a little bit more dominant. They would have liked to have maybe been a bit more accurate with the way they were playing. But the main thing is to get out and get a result, and they've done that. Italy, it's kind of the same old, isn't it? Moments. They're a bit of a moments team, and moments where they're really good and they kind of get themselves back into the game. But also, I think they need to be more realistic. Italy are a side that they went for poles 3 times of penalties, and I feel that they need to be a bit brave and go for the try. Maybe try and go for it, because at the moment they're going 3 points. They got 3 penalties. Scotland had 3 tries at the stage, and you can't, really chase a game if you're going to concede the amount of tries. Scotland are always going to score tries against Italy. Italy are a side that defensively are very, very poor. Let's call a spade a spade. And their attacking talent is pretty good. And look, they only scored 1 try there, which was a gift. But there were moments where they were a lot better. So I think that if they are to try and get results like this, they need to try and be a bit more confident. Go to the line. Try and find that try. Because the way their defense was looking, they were never going to be able to catch them with just penalties alone. And that was basically true in the end. Before we look at the sort of breakdown of the game, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Let's have a look at this, shall we? So that's kind of what sort of happened when. So Dodge went over in the 3rd minute for the perfect start, and then Jones in the 8th minute, and all of a sudden they're 14-0 up within 10 minutes. Italy absolutely nowhere. Italy, however, then kind of really sort of settled in, and they kind of sort of strapped themselves in and started to get much better as the game went on. 2 penalties from Allen, but then again, 2 penalties from Allen, a try from White. Penalty from Allen, 19 points to 9 at half time. And that's the thing. It was literally 3 tries versus 3 penalties. And that's that 10-point margin is because they're always going to be further ahead with the tries. And then they got another penalty in the second half, and then an absolute gift from Finn Russell. Drifting. The pass wasn't on. Trying to pop it to Ignacio Brick. Well, did pop it to Ignacio Bricks. Trying to pop it to Hugh Jones. Straight into the hands of the Italian outside centre who ran half the length of the field to score. And all of a sudden, 19-19. And then a very interesting 15-minute period where neither side could really get themselves into the game. And then it was time for Hugh Jones to get involved. A brilliant work down the right-hand side with the back of the scrum. Darcy Graham with a magic for the ball at the top for Hugh Jones. And then he went over for his 3rd hat-trick try. 31 points to 19. Hugh Jones surely has to be a British Irish Lion after that kind of performance. He was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So good today was Hugh Jones. Finn Russell maybe didn't put his hand up in terms, but I'll tell you what, Blair Kinghorn definitely has to also be potentially in contention with that performance today. So good under the high ball. Looking at some of the stats over there. See there, Blaking with 18 carries, for example. Darcy Graham, 3 line breaks. He could be an outsider. He could have a bolter. Sebastian Negu topping the tackle charts there. If we look at the general stats over there, possession, Scotland having more. Territory, Scotland having more as well. Set plays, all very straightforward for Scotland. Their scrums were all right. I thought Italy's scrum was actually much better than expected, in fairness. I was impressed with that, and that bodes well for them. And restarts, pretty standard. Lineouts also pretty faultless on both sides. Italy, I think, lost 1. If you look at the attack, though, Italy, not enough line breaks. Lots of carries, but not enough post-contact meters, really. And I think that's probably something they're going to have to try and work on, as well as their ball retention wasn't particularly good. Penalties conceded, very much of a muchness. Defense was also pretty much of a muchness. Kicked very similarly, so it was quite an even game from that kind of perspective. But I just want to look at the game that Hugh Jones had 81 meters carried. If we look at his line breaks, his defenders beating now. I think about 2 or 3. I think from him. Hugh Jones 2 there as well. And if you look at the tackles. Didn't have to do a lot of tackling, to be fair, to Hugh Jones. He'll be sitting down here with 8 tackles. So an all-around very good game, and I think that he has to be in the plane. I think potentially even a starting outside centre for Andy Farrell. He was so good today. So Scotland win the Kotita Cup, as it is known, no Kolkata Cup, but the Kotita Cup is going back to Scotland after Italy won it last year. So we're good for Scotland to get that. But Italy, positives. There's stuff to build on there, but just not an all-round good enough performance to get anything out of it. And whilst I look at the positives, they would have really liked to have at least to get a bonus point, which they didn't manage to do. Let me know what you thought about the game down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.